Cue We're Halfway There by Big Time Rush. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Stranger Things update video. So today, after what seems like months, Ross Duffer is back with another Instagram post, so you guys know what that means. It's time to break it down. Before I get into this, though, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It would mean a lot. And if you want to watch Stranger Things with me, as well as gain access to exclusive live Q&As and other reaction videos, you can do so on my Patreon. I have commentary tracks for every single episode of Stranger Things, with the commentary tracks for the first episode of every season being free to watch. I have lots of fun content planned over there, so consider joining the Film Stock Patreon community today. And you might notice my background looks a bit different. It's because I have moved. It's not 100% set in stone. I'm still working on some things, but I am in a new set. I'll have a whole video coming out at some point talking about that. All right, so like I said up front, Ross Duffer is back to posting on Instagram. Round of applause in the comment section. This time, it's not a photo dump. Typically, he posts anywhere from 8 to 10 photos, teasing us what we could see in the final season. This time, he posted 2 things. But the big takeaway here is actually his caption, which says, "Week 24, happy halfway to the best cast and crew ever." So this is less photo dump, more of a message letting us know, hey, filming's halfway through. So let's start with this first picture. As we can see, it's a huge photo of the cast, and it's like a game of Where's Waldo in there. They're in an indoor studio, so we can assume they're filming upside down scenes in the back with the blue screens and the props. We can assume there are tons of behind the scenes crew members being highlighted. The real heroes of Stranger Things, the people who make this show what it is. We're talking hair and makeup department, costuming, stunts, set design. The list goes on. And I noticed a lot of these people are wearing Hawaiian shirts, so maybe this was just to celebrate the halfway point, or that's just the vibe on set with the Hawaiian shirts, who's to say. Now up front, you'll notice Ross Duffer and Matt Duffer. And to the far left, you can see Finn Wolfhard's head poking out. More on Finn Wolfhard later. But the biggest takeaway here is that 2 people are blurred out at the front of this photo. They're right behind the Duffer brothers, and they're just blurred out. Who are they? That's the burning question I have when it comes to this update. At first glance, my immediate reaction was one of those people could be Vecna, because they don't want to spoil the Vecna redesign in the final season, and so they just blurred out Jamie Campbell Bower in his new set of makeup. Plus, with them filming in this big studio, we can assume they're filming something spoilery that they wouldn't want the paparazzi to get their eyes on and leak potential photos or set pics. Regardless, something in the Upside Down is being filmed. If you look at these huge props in the background and the blue screens, they're doing some intense filming in upside down scenes for sure. The figure on the left also looks like they're wearing darker clothes, almost all black attire. And I always have to say this when something like this comes up, could it be Eddie Munson? Does he live? It's a question I've asked in like a million videos by now, and we've all pondered since season 4 ended. But funnily enough, Joseph Quinn himself on a recent red carpet interview for A Quiet Place Day 1 was asked a question about it, and here's how that went down.
Stranger Things season 5. Now we know that we lost Eddie Munson last season, but you know, what are the chances you might pop down, say hey to the crew, you know, spend some time together, check in on them?
The chances are high. I love those guys. I'd love to come and say hello. I'm sure they're working very hard to kind of land the plane. It's been a long time they've been working on that, so I'm really delighted that they're kind of getting to the wall towards the end and they're having a nice time. I'm sure they're going to deliver it in a pretty epic finale.
I have a feeling that we might see Eddie once again.
Do you? Do you have a feeling?
I certainly do.
Huh.
Yeah.
I might have that feeling too.
Huh.
Or maybe I don't.
Oh, no,
Who knows?
I think you
I don't
do.
know.
I
Who
think
knows?
You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe I do.
You smelling what I'm stepping in.
He's certainly indicating we could be getting more Eddie, so why shouldn't we think it could be him? Now, who is that on the right? It looks like they're wearing a lighter blue shirt. Could this potentially be Max? Her and Vecna will clearly have some sort of connection in the final season, because if not, they would have just killed Max off. Max and Vecna already were a key part of season 4, with her being the final kill for Vecna. But I mean, Max was killed by Vecna and then barely brought back to life by 11. She was left blinded and in a coma the last time we saw her, so it's pretty safe to assume Vecna's probably gonna haunt her in some way, shape, or form, or at least maybe use her body as a vessel, which I've talked about countless times as well in other videos. But it's worth noting that, hey, this could be Max and Vecna standing next to each other after filming a scene in the Upside Down. So if we do go with the fact that the blurred figure on the left is Vecna, who could be on the right? Really, it could be Max or anybody under a trance from Vecna. We're talking Holly. We've seen her wear some colorful outfits in recent set photos. It could be Nancy. It could be Karen. We know one of the Wheelers is vanishing based on the second episode title, so it could be Karen, Holly, or Nancy. Hell, Hell, it could even be Will Byers. Anyone who's wearing what looks like jeans and a blue shirt could be this person. Now, this is a real long shot, highly improbable, but what if the figure on the left is actually Billy and the figure on the right is Max? We saw them have scenes together in season 4, specifically in Dear Billy, so maybe Max could still see visions of Billy, and they filmed that recently as well. Or, and this is probably the most likely case, these people that are blurred out could be new directors that have been brought onto set, and the Duffers didn't want to make that official yet. We know Sean Levy's directing, and we know the Duffer Brothers are directing, but a name like Frank Darabont has been thrown around a lot. We even heard Kate Fry on a podcast recently, and they were talking about how Darabont's going to direct either episode 3 or 5 or both, but it could be Frank Darabont and then another director who we just didn't know about yet. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Duffer Brothers said, hey, let's take a picture of all the cast behind the scenes and let's just throw a blur over 2 people and see if the internet takes it and runs with it. And sure enough, I'm doing it right now, so it worked. Now, the second thing Ross Duffer posted was a video of Finn Wolfhard dropping the official halfway marble in the bowl. As we all know, Ross Duffer's been posting videos of him dropping a marble to signify the amount of days they've been shooting this final season.
All right, Finn, here we go. Halfway. You're putting the marble in.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
How does it feel?
Exactly the same.
Are you
I was high-fiving you.
There's not much to say here except Finn Wolfhard's repping that Toronto Blue Jays hat that we've seen him wearing a lot because he is from Canada, so he's got to represent, right? But all that to say, we are officially halfway through filming of the final season of Stranger Things, and it's been confirmed by Ross Duffer himself. That means filming should be done by the end of this year, or at the very latest, very early next year, which makes for a whole calendar year of filming like they said their initial plan was all along. Now, if you throw in holiday breaks for the remainder of the year, it could be a January to January scenario where you go from January of 2024 to January of 2025, and that's still a calendar year, which is what they've said it would take to film this final season for a while now. So with filming being halfway done, we will get at least the first part of Stranger Things Season 5 next year. Like, with certainty, I can say that. Honestly, it's crazy to me how we went from Stranger Things Season 4 dropping to sort of letting the dust settle and saying, when will Season 5 come out? Then we had the strikes, more delays, and it was like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Then boom, filming starts up. Then boom, we're halfway through filming. And then in the blink of an eye from right now, filming will be done and we will be approaching the final season hitting Netflix. Like, I know I say this often in a lot of these videos, but we really do have to cherish the fact that this is the last off-season or last wait for a new season of Stranger Things ever. There won't be another one after this. So yeah, in the moment, it's like, man, I wish we could watch it now. I wish they would speed things up, but take your time, end the show on a high note. We'll be here. We'll be waiting. But that does it for this Stranger Things Season 5 update. As Ross Duffer himself has said, they're halfway through filming, which is awesome news. That means we're one step closer to actually sitting down and watching this final season. But that does it for this video. I will have a huge update talking about the new set soon. This is kind of a soft launch of the new set in a way. But I'm excited, got lots of fun content planned and fun things coming soon to the channel. I'm doing some cool stuff in July, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. If you're a fan of Cobra Kai, you might want to stay tuned for an announcement coming soon. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell, check out my Patreon link down below for extra content, including my commentary tracks for all of Stranger Things. But thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.